Hello and welcome back to the Fumble Forecast with me, your host Mark, and my wonderful co-host Tom. Say hi, Tom.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. Wonderful, enthusiastic. I love it.
Yeah,
All right, let's get into this
trying to
week
up the
with.
sex appeal of this channel here.
Okay. Uh, we have some very unfortunate news to bring this week. Of course, people have seen it. The Eagles have suffered their first loss.
Yeah, and I'm
Really,
sick.
that's less important. Um, it was a sad Sunday afternoon for all of us. But at the same time, San Francisco also lost, and they lost to a far worse opponent. So
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
anyway, I wanted to start talking about the five best team right now.
Okay,
These teams
you
are
do
all
your power rank.
no, not my power rank, but I feel like we need to kind of talk about them.
Go for it.
So there's five teams right now that are all 5-1. We have Detroit, Kansas City, Miami, Philadelphia, and San Francisco.
The typical suspects, every single person that you would normally expect.
Yeah. What is going on with Kansas, Philadelphia, and San Francisco?
Um,
Like,
well, I
you
mean, the
know,
Chiefs are easy to explain.
what's that?
They had paid all of their fucking salary cap to one
Well, I
dude, and
mean,
he's not a one-man team,
no, of
and
course.
he's also injured.
No, of course.
That's the easiest answer ever.
Yeah, but they probably shouldn't have allowed that. Um, but Philadelphia and San Francisco, right?
A tale of two
What
cities.
what happened on Sunday? Like,
So this is actually something that I wanted to talk about too. Um, it's funny how similar these two teams are, even though I hate the 49ers. It's really interesting how similar they are in that the second that some of the vets get injured, the entire team falls apart. Like there's just no hope. Christian McCaffrey's out, Deebo Samuel's out, the 49ers can't do anything. The Eagles, Darius Slay is out, they can't stop anyone. Honestly, what it shows is that Howie Roseman really knew what he was doing when he brought all these old fucks back, the golden oldies. Um, like, dude, seriously, look what happens when Jalen Carter and Darius Slay aren't in there. The
yeah.
Jets win with Zach Wilson. Tell you what, that Donna Kelsey effect is real, dude. The second he saw Donna Kelsey in the audience, man, he started playing. That's like my favorite football meme right now. Another thing with the Eagles that I wanted to talk about is we had a first round pick, like, God, I want to say 8 years ago now, 7, 8 years ago now. Derek Barnett. Where the fuck has he been in all of these games? This man's supposed to be like a superstar, and he ain't doing shit. I literally watched someone just push him over on Sunday. So I don't know what's going on with him either. There's a lot of issues going on with the Eagles right now. Same thing with the 49ers. You can tell that the coaches are just really struggling to come up with creative new things that their quarterbacks can actually execute. Now, that being said, even though I'm the number one Hertz booster in the country right now, 3 interceptions is just absolutely unacceptable. That was dog water. And the thing that's scary to me about that is because one of his strongest assets, I feel, has been that he's had like this ice in the veins, cool-headed mentality where he never freaks out at all about anything. But in that game, he just started throwing picks. It looked to me like he was starting to panic. And that is not what we know him to do. or be like.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing is, it's just when it came to the Eagles, everyone had issues. The coaching staff didn't do what they needed to do. They did not put their guys in places to win. Derek Barnett doesn't exist anymore. And all of the play calling for our offense is so ridiculously simple, even I could pick it apart. It was ridiculous. Like, anyone with eyeballs in their head and a little bit of football IQ could tell immediately how simple those plays were and who they were going to. And that's why you had 3 interceptions and a fumble. Like, dude, you get 4 turnovers by calling shit plays. Like, you can put in whoever you want in those positions. If you don't set them up to win, they're not going to. And I really think that the coaching staff has a lot to answer for on Sunday. But then if you switch over to the 49ers, it's the exact same problem. They miss a couple of players, a couple of their veteran players, and all of a sudden, Brock Purdy looks like Justin Fields. Like, dude, I think he put up 127 yards against the Browns. 125. It was even worse than I thought. And Philip Walker, this guy that no one has ever heard of in their life, threw for 192 against the San Fran defense. That's just unacceptable ball play. And I don't know what their plan is for next week, but they got to get that fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really got to get that fixed. 'Cause, dude, 125 yards of offense, that's just abysmal. Even Jalen Hurts had 280, and he threw 3 interceptions. Like, dude, both Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy 2 days ago, did not look like professional football players. They looked like shit. There's no real other way to put that. All right, you're up to the bat, Marcus. You never even... I completely interrupted you. Go over your power rankings.
I mean, I'm gonna have to put Detroit at number 1.
Ooh, that's a spicy take.
I really think that they have the best shot in the NFC to shoot all the way, to go the distance.
Yeah.
49ers are probably a more reasonable call. Eagles, they fix everything, sure.
Yeah, the Eagles are looking stinky last week. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
But, like, after everything, they have the fire. They have the players. I think they can do it. And you know what? They're not they're not losing to bad
shit teams, yeah. 100%. I couldn't agree more, to be honest with you.
And then
I don't really have a good excuse.
Yeah.
And the only team that they lost to was a good team.
Yeah.
The Seahawks. They're the only team that they lost to.
And then at number 2, it's going to be Miami. Because you know what? For as many points as they let up, you know what? I don't know what's going on with the defense. Like, they want to just... It seems to me like the whole strategy for the Miami team this year is like 40-plus games. The defense wants to let up a lot of points, but you know, how can you argue? They have scored the most points this season of any offense.
I hear you and I agree with you. I actually put the Dolphins as my number 1. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Really?
I think that last week they showed us, like this past week, they showed us something that's really important to see in a team that you expect to go all the way. They showed us that they can not only come back, but that they can make adjustments in the second half, strengthen up their defense a little bit, and stop the loss from coming. They kind of rise from your grave. against the Panthers. They really pulled it together, and I was pretty impressed that they managed to mount a comeback. And then they curb stomped them on top of that. And quite frankly, that's all I really need to say.
Yeah, going down 14, going down 14-0 the first quarter, like
It can happen to the
yeah,
best teams.
any given Sunday.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I'd have to put Kansas at 3, San Fran at 4, and Philadelphia at 5. Like of all the problems, Philadelphia, the coaching,
Yeah, they fell apart.
the coaching is just not there, and it's sad to see.
Yeah.
Like
Welcome to
seriously,
Philadelphia, boy.
like seriously, they had this amazing run last flashiness,
Bring everybody
power,
back.
power.
Everybody except the coaches back.
And
I'm
then
just saying, just throwing that out there.
in the off season they keep like 90% of the team.
Yeah.
So
The only there's two key losses that I can think of in my head, and that's CJGJ. CJGJ and Hargrave. Oh. Here, keep talking, Marky. It's all you.
wonderful. You have these 2 losses in the off season, but everybody else is back. And then what happened? You have the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator leaving to head up other teams. And it looks like they're falling apart. I don't know what it is. Whether they're trying to be super conservative, whether they're just trying new things with the offense and the defense. But whatever it is, it's not working.
Yeah, so I think what we saw here on Sunday, and I've been saying this the whole season, I think that the Eagles have been experimenting. They've been trying new things. The coaching staff is having fun tinkering with stuff to see what works. And what they've found is that none of their stuff is working. You can do that against the dog shit teams that you start playing the season against, like the Patriots. But quite frankly, you need to start playing like real football players once you hit the Jets with one of the top defenses in football. Even without Sauce Gardner, they look great. Or next week against the Dolphins. I think that it's
Well, this week.
what?
This week.
When I say next week, I mean this upcoming Sunday.
Eyes.
If they don't pull out a win on the Dolphins, I'm going to start getting actually concerned.
Yeah.
Because I mean, just to give some reference here, my power ranks go Dolphins and then probably 49ers ish. So here's the thing about power rankings. I hate doing them because I want to think of the teams when they're fully healthy, how good they would be. And I think that a fully healthy Eagles team is just the number one. I mean, they just are. But the thing is, they're not fully healthy, and these other teams are. So they're winning and performing better. That's why I had to put the Dolphins at number one. Probably, I'm going to go with Lions 2. I actually think the Bills 3. 4, I'm still going to put the Eagles. And then 5, that's a tough one. I'm going to pull a wild card out here, and I'm going to say that 5, I put the Baltimore Ravens.
Really?
They're winning games, dude. Like, it's ugly and
are.
it's shit, and Lamar Jackson isn't looking like when he was a kid anymore, but they're winning fucking football games. That's the mark of an actually good team. They find a way to win.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ravens have been doing that. They're 4-2, which isn't as good as these other teams that we've mentioned, but they keep winning when they need to against good teams.
Yeah.
Another thing that sorry, what were we saying? You can go.
I just want to bring up really quickly. You brought up Buffalo and man, that Sunday night game. How the fuck do you make a pass attempt when you're on the 1 yard line?
Yeah,
What are you
I don't know about
doing,
that one.
Dable?
The
Seriously. They had a
yeah,
shot. They had a
something that I
shot to
also wanted to
defeat
talk
the
about
Bills. They fuck.
was so this happened multiple times in the Giants Bills game, but why the fuck are teams going for 60 yards when they need 8 on third down? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, dude, I swear to God, this past Sunday and Monday, like this past week, I saw it had to have been at least 6 or 7 times where it's a clutch moment. You have to get the first down or your team will lose. You have to go 8 yards. Oh, let's just throw a 60-yard bomb. Surely that'll have a higher percentage of success. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Because you only need 8 yards. Throw it 8 yards. Like, have one guy out on a deep route, but everybody else have them mesh over the middle and get it to them for only 8 yards. You need 8 yards. Yeah, I don't know how Dayball won Coach of the Year last year. That was he's a total fucking bonehead. I don't know what that call was. It was ugly. But you know what? I'll say this. Tyrod Taylor looked way better than Daniel Jones normally does. Maybe not necessarily on the stat sheet, but as far as like watching him actually move around and throw the ball, I think Tyrod Taylor should become the starter in New York. He's good. Maybe he had a little bit of fury under his belly because he used to be a Bill or something. I don't know, but dude, he played really well. But yeah, I am sick and tired of seeing the bonehead calls. And what game was it? I can't remember, but somebody was on like literally the 1 yard line, and instead of deciding to kick the field goal and just tie the game up and or win, I can't remember. They decided to throw a pass. Was that the Giants and the Bills game?
No, I think no.
Hmm.
I don't remember who that was.
It's just, dude, these coaches have got to get it to fuck together, man. They're starting to look really bad. Like, I mean, it's starting to be pathetic to see some of these teams play. And you know what? Another thing that I want to talk about, the Jacksonville Jaguars are not that good, and I'm tired of people pretending that they're good. They're just not. They're not that good. I'm sorry. Like, I hate to stomp on your parade down there, but they just aren't that good. They aren't. I don't know what people are seeing that's making them think that they can go all the way this year, but I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. I don't believe in the Jaguars defense. I just have absolutely no faith that they're going to be able to accomplish literally anything at all. And I feel depressed for the future. But another thing that we got to talk about is them boys.
Yeah.
They got absolutely rolled and smoked by the fucking 49ers. They got rolled and smoked by the Cardinals. And then they just barely edge it out against the Chargers.
Yeah.
So I understand that Cowboys fans are the most delusional people on the entire planet Earth, but quite frankly, they aren't them boys. They're just not. Like, you lost to fucking Joshua Dobbs. I don't want to hear it, man. And like, I know the immediate response to that from Cowboys fans is, "You lost to Zach Wilson." Yeah, we did. He's not a backup quarterback anymore. Like, he's their starter now. Like, he's at least had some starting role, and he's actually looked good. Joshua Dobbs is like, dude, he's like a geriatric old man who broke out of the asylum for a few weeks of football fun. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just pathetic. And I got to be honest, man, I'm really not excited for the Eagles to play the 49ers.
Yeah.
Oh, God, dude, they're going to talk so much shit.
No, yeah. Of course they
And
are.
I just want to be left alone. Oh, God.
Especially if we lose to Miami this week. because
Yeah, I mean that'll be a
the
massacre.
49ers
I'm hiding.
they play the Vikings.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's gonna be a massacre. I'm expecting. So I looked up to see what other people's power rankings are, and right now San Fran, Kansas City, Miami, Detroit, and then Philadelphia are the power rankings.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got to point out that these motherfuckers have the same record as every other motherfucker in these top five.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. Everyone's at 5-1.
Right.
That's it. I just want to. That's like crazy records. That's not normal. That's weird. Like normally you expect to see teams that are like 4 wins at this point of the season, and that's really good. But like 5-1, that's weird for so many teams to still be at 5-1. What I think we're seeing is teams are starting to either be perennially good or perennially dog shit. Like every single year, it seems like the same 7-8 teams get into the playoffs. And then the next year, those same 7-8 teams are back again. Like, give me some variety. What I'm talking about here is, I think that managers for like GMs for certain teams have just gotten so much better than other GMs, and it's just very plain and obvious that certain teams are just more poorly managed than other teams, and I think it's kind of abysmal. Like, dude, I'm sorry, but if I have to watch like the Miami Dolphins play the Bears, I might gouge my eyes out. Like, it's terrible. It's
Yeah.
absolutely abysmal. All right, well, tonight was a short one. Do you have anything else, Marky?
No, I don't have anything else to say really. Like it's just
Got you.
kind of abysmal football this week.
Yeah, it was not pleasant. What I will say is, let's pick our game of the week. This is like my favorite thing to do. This is my favorite segment of ours. So who you got?
Let's see.
Ironically, I think the Dolphins and Eagles are the game of the week. Like everyone else is playing stinkers.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Go for it, I guess. Let's see. Thursday night's gonna be an okay game. Jaguars in New Orleans. That's gonna be whatever. Um, we have the Commies playing the Giants. Pretty sure the Commies will win that. The Bills are
No,
playing
the Jets are gonna win that game. I'm calling it.
what?
You said the Commies and the Jets?
Giants.
Oh, who gives a fuck?
Exactly. You have the
Come on,
Bills.
dude. It's got to be the Dolphins Eagles.
I know, but like I'm trying to avoid that because those are my teams.
Yeah, I mean, me
Those
too.
are
But
my
I mean, I guess what else do we have to pick here? The Lions, Ravens, and the Chiefs, Chargers. Like,
Yeah.
dude, they're serving us turds on a fucking platter. Like, none of these
Yeah.
games are gonna be good.
No, they're really not.
Or are you super excited to see the Steelers play the Rams, or the Bills play the Patriots? That's gonna be a total curb stomp.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I
This
do
is
think that the Bears Raiders game will be good. I think the Bears will get their second win. I'm rooting for them every week at this point, man. I love them. It's the Bears. They're shit, but I love them. They're just entertaining to watch. Like, they're terrible.
Yeah, I'll just say Dolphins and Eagles.
Yeah, it's the best game of the week. Like, there's no competition. If I wasn't allowed to pick that one, I'd probably go Lions Ravens, because I don't think that the Chiefs are the same Chiefs from last year. They're just not as
Mhm.
good.
No, absolutely not.
All right, well, I'm sick, so this is going to be a shorter one than normal. We'll call this a mini fumble. I fumbled the bag.
Fumble recovery.
Yeah, this is the fumble recovery. Good job, Marcus. That's what we'll call if we ever have a mini-sode, it's the fumble recovery. All right. Have a nice night, everybody. Remember to hit us up on Spotify, YouTube. Drop the follow, drop the subscribe. Check out all of our other weeks so that you can see just how awful I am at predicting football games. And yeah, have a nice night, everybody.
Bye bye.
There you go.